Hello creative people and welcome back to my channel. The fall season has started and the perfect garment for that is a coat. So today I will be showing you how to create this perfect coat, and I really hope you enjoy this tutorial, and let's get started. The first step that you're going to need is the basic pattern for jacket. The changes that I'm doing here is I'm adding 2 centimeters extra on the shoulder, and I'm actually going to make my shoulder bigger, so I'm gonna go ahead and add 17 centimeters for the length. And also that means to create bigger shoulder we need to also add on the sleeves about 3 centimeters thickness. I'm also going to add 5 more centimeters extra on the side, and to create the big collar I'm measuring from the waistline outwards 16 centimeters, and on the outer part of the shoulder or the inner part of the shoulder I'm measuring 10 centimeters upwards, and this is how thick you want your collar to be. I decided to go with 12 and I just connected all the pieces together. Also, I added 25 centimeters extra just to make my coat longer. For the back, once again, it has to relate with the front. So of course we need to add 5 more centimeters on the side, and the length must be the same as the front as well. So it's 25 centimeters extra. On the shoulders, I'm adding 2 centimeters extra and taking away from the outer part of the sleeve 2 centimeters. I also wanted to add some pockets, and for the pockets the thickness was 21 centimeters and the length was 28. Moving on to the sleeves, for the sleeves I actually took away 2 centimeters on the sides and added, just to build more structure on the curve, I added 4 centimeters extra, and I shortened my sleeve with about 5 centimeters. Here are all of the pieces that you will be needing to create this coat. For the inner lining, as you can see here, I'm actually going to cut just where the collar is. You can add the same fabric as the coat is, but I didn't have enough fabric, so I actually added just ordinary black fabric. So I really recommend for you to buy at least 2 meters of the fabric for the coat, not for inner lining. For inner lining you will need 1.5 meters. For the material, I will be using measuring band, crayon or a pen, pins, scissors, my pattern, and 2 types of fabric. The first one is for inner lining and the second one is just a thick fabric for coats or jackets. The first step, as always, is to place the pattern on the fabric, measure 1 centimeter for the sewing, and cut out all of the pieces. The first step is that I'm going to connect the sides with the back and of course the shoulders. Then I'm just connecting my inner lining together with the front pieces. As you can see here, I'm using 2 different types of fabric because I didn't measure correctly how much fabric I actually needed. So I really recommend for you to buy at least 2 meters of the fabric. I'm taking the back and 2 fronts of the inner lining and just connecting those 2 together. Then I'm taking my collar and I'm just connecting that as well. You're also going to connect the shoulders. You're going to do exactly the same steps for the front piece of the coat as well. As you can see here, I'm just going to close the neckline on the back, and I'm doing exactly the same thing for the inner lining as well. We are now moving on to the sleeves, and of course we're going to sew the sides of the sleeves first. When the sides are sewed on, you're going to connect the sleeves together with the rest of the coat. Moving on to the pockets. For the pockets, I am starting with the upper line, and I'm just going to fold about 2 centimeters, so 2 straight lines. Then you can place your pocket whatever you want on the coat and just sew it on. And we are going back to the inner lining. We are just going to complete it. So all the steps that you did for the coat, you're going to do for the inner lining as well. Now it's time to place the inner lining inside of our coat. For that, before we continue sewing it on, we need to sew the sleeves together with the inner lining. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take them out both and just connect them one lower line on the lower line. So once I put the sleeve inside, I will have a nice edge. And now I'm just going to sew the opening of the coat together with the inner lining. For the lower line, I'm just going to fold both of the inner lining and the fabric together and just sew a straight line. For the belt, I'm just going to fold this in half, so a straight line, and for the edges, I'm just going to create a sharp edge just to make a different design. And this is the finishing product. Of course, you have to iron the product before using it. As you can see on the belt, it does not look good unless it's ironed. I really hope you like this tutorial. I decided to create a coat because it's fall and it's perfect time for that. So I really hope you like it, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Like always, if you have any other suggestions or what kind of videos you would like to see on my channel, please comment below or contact me on my social media. All of my links will be listed in my description box below. See you till next time. Hej då!